be careful with such pranks because it's not always funny. Some people put in a lot of work and they're trying to build something, you know, really nice for others. Why is that off center? Something isn't right here. Okay, so this is lined up. Why is that not lined up? Ah, crud. Okay, well, I guess I gotta fix all these lanterns over here then. Because these all seem to be centered on this one. Which means these are all on the wrong offset by 1. This stone axe is probably going to lose a lot of durability doing this. It's not all a massive loss. I managed to retrieve one of the torches. Well, it seems I noticed it at some point, because that one's facing the correct way as well. So that might have just been me, but it's also positioned correctly, so I don't know. Boop, boop. And then shovel, shovel. There we go. Boop. Sounds like Minecraft, alright. Minecraft being Minecraft. Actually, I'm just going to take this part out. And then path block. There we go. Okay. Now, I get to install all of these jack-o'-lanterns. All of the lanterns for all of the light. Gotta have a nightlight, right? Now I want to remove all of these floating pumpkins so that I can move them down to ground level. I found it's easier to move them down before I place their replacements. Like to take them down before I replace them. That one actually goes there. Because once I've replaced them, I'm sitting there jumping over all of their replacements trying to reach them. So it's kind of difficult to take them down after I've replaced them. However, it's very easy to take them down before I replace them. So I found it easier to take them down before I replace them as a result. Boop, and boop, and boop. If you're wondering how I'm lining it up, I'm actually looking over here. And then I just trace out along the ground. 1, 2, 3, and place. 1, 2, 3, place. Yeah. I'm tracing it out with my eyes, so you're not actually seeing me like move my hand or anything. In case you wondered how I'm doing that, where I'm measuring it out, counting out 3 blocks, and then placing a lantern on the 4th. But yeah, the probability of my videos getting seen goes up when more people like my videos. So I would like to say that if you like my videos, I'm greatly appreciative. If you subscribed, I'm greatly appreciative, because that increases the chances that more people will see my videos, my videos, and then as more people see my videos, they will be able to enjoy my content. They'll be able to enjoy seeing me perform my Let's Play series. My videos are very simplistic in their conceptualization, which basically means I don't put a lot of work into them. I found that actually has proven to be the best method as far as the handling of my uploaded content goes. People tend to prefer the raw footage over the edited footage, possibly because the edited footage is just me at double speed and they can't even closed caption it. Some people did like the compilation videos. However, I suspect that those people did not actually watch the entirety of the playlist, much less compare the two. I suspect that it's more likely that the people would have opted to simply pick one or the other and then just kind of go from there. I would enjoy doing all of this content on a computer, utilizing, possibly Steam if they have it. Do they have Bedrock Edition on Steam? I don't think so. But I would look into possibly getting a virtual machine of Windows 10 for recording purposes, if I had a powerful enough computer for it, and a solid enough understanding of the Windows 10 platform to VM it. Oh, I must have missed that. My abilities as a YouTuber, my ability of uploading videos to YouTube is mostly limited by my hardware. I have a Patreon page, Blue Nexus Gaming, patreon.com/Blue Nexus Gaming. I am aware that my content is a bit subpar, but I try and bring you the highest quality videos that I can. You can ask any of my friends. They will gladly inform you that yes, I really am this poor. I'm so poor I could make Aladdin pity me. That's pretty poor, because last time I checked, the last time that happened, he was offering food to hungry children who were starving to death and probably doing worse than he was. So he felt bad for them and he offered them food. Well, now, this... There we go. I was trying to say this is a good example of the mending enchantment in action, because that zombie hit me, that zombie did damage to me, and because of that, the zombie managed to damage my helmet. So when the zombie damaged my helmet, it of course, it damaged the helmet. So my helmet needed repairs. So when I killed it, the zombie dropped experience, which allowed me to repair my helmet, which I managed to just barely catch on camera. You gotta be fast if you want to catch it on camera. You probably get time for 1 or 2 clicks. Not really a lot of time for much else. I want to make snow. I want to move that there, move that there. Then I'll swap out my pickaxe, get a little bit more durability out of it that way. Pull out the cooked beef. And then while I'm putting away the snow, I can go ahead and put the cooked beef in the food slot. And then I think I want more arrows, but I think I'm good on arrows for now. Cooked beef, by the way, has, if I remember correctly, the best easily available food saturation in the game. The only thing which is better than a cooked steak is an enchanted golden apple, which requires blocks of gold, which is 9 gold per block, as well as, what was it? It requires blocks of gold with a red apple, I believe it was. So yeah, enchanted golden apples are very OP. They're also very glowy. There is, of course, also golden apples, which uses gold ingots around an apple. That's 8 gold ingots. With 1 golden apple with 1 red apple makes 1 golden apple. 8 gold ingots plus 1 red apple makes 1 golden apple. Yeah. I can say that in the first take at one point. It's just a matter of getting it proper. 8 gold ingots plus 1 red apple makes 1 golden apple. There we go. Then 8 gold blocks, or 8 blocks of gold, plus one red apple makes one enchanted golden apple. The blocks of gold are made from 9 gold ingots each. So it is 9 times 8 gold ingots. That would be 72? Yeah, 72. 72 gold ingots per enchanted golden apple. So there is definitely a very, very massive cost difference between 8 gold ingots and 72 gold ingots. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. Now I have to basically walk up here in order to take out all of these pumpkins, because otherwise I'd just be leaping over pumpkins the whole time. Not that I haven't done that before. I mean, I have done that before, but I would rather do that only once or twice, because I'm, making sure I gathered all the items. All the more reason to do it beforehand instead of after. Some people say it's best to ask for forgiveness instead of asking for permission. I say no, it's better to ask for permission, because if you ask for forgiveness, you end up being Eve. Okay? And we all remember what happened to Eve. So let's ask for permission instead. Because permission is permission will keep us safe. Asking permission tells us what we should or should not do. If we ask for permission and they say no, and we do it anyways, that's different. Okay, that is entirely different. Oh, right. That's what I was going to do. I wasn't going to preserve it for merging. I was preserving it so that I could enchant it later and then just immediately merge it. I will need 1 full health stone pickaxe at some point, simply for the sake of repairing everything. So I will want to repair everything first, and then I'll want to enchant it all. But this will allow me to merge up and pair up all of the enchantments that need to be paired up. And then I can focus on, do I want to repair it? Do I want to upgrade it? This allows me to keep everything very cheap, because the first thing I want to do is repair the tool, obviously. So I'm going to prioritize repairs on on basically everything. I want things to not be broken. It's that simple. And of course, I forget to stop using the shovel so that I can maintain a shovel for enchanting reasons as well. That being said, I don't really have a lot of experience to spare for enchanting a shovel. I understand the usefulness of enchanting a shovel. I have greatly enjoyed the added speed when I was digging through the soil. It definitely made advancing a lot easier. I will mine out this coal so that I can have experience as well as having the coal. So yeah, a lot of people ask me, have you gotten the coronavirus immunizations yet? I have to keep telling them no, and the reason why is because my body has a tendency to rebuild any virus that manages to enter its system. So I don't want to rebuild it. I don't want to rebuild the virus. I don't want to rebuild something that's going to damage my body. That would be a bad idea. We don't want bad ideas. We want good ideas. That's what we're all about here at Blue Nexus Gaming. We want good ideas. We want to think positive thoughts. We want to think good thoughts. I know there's a B movie where they talk about positivity. I know that there is a lot of people who still to this day reference the B movie for a lot of their memes. For example, thermometers are just speedometers for particles, which is true when you think about it, which is why the normal reaction is the guy looking back over his shoulder going, why would you say such a thing? Such blasphemy. I mean, you're not wrong, but why would you say that? And it's like, what? Like, it's true. Thermometers are speedometers for particles because all heat is particles moving in an excited state, which means they're just moving fast. They might not be moving far, but they're moving fast. So to say that a thermometer is a speedometer of sorts, that's accurate. It's actually extremely accurate. You're just measuring the excitement of particles and how they affect each other in the realm of thermal capacity. It reminds me of the meme of, why are you booing me? I'm right. From the Eric Andre show. I never honestly liked the Eric Andre show. I can't tell you what it was specifically about it. I just didn't like it. It was not my flavor of comedy, as it were. Some people might have liked it. Apparently a lot of people liked it, but I didn't. I found it to be very poor taste in humor. Sometimes borderline actually offensive. Like, there's offensive where it's like, Gordon Ramsay saying, do I have to resurrect Hitler to show you how an oven works? That's borderline offensive. And then there's just offensive, where it's like, ha 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 ha, you're hurt. And it's like, that's just mean. Don't do that. Don't be mean just for the sake of being mean. Be mean for a reason if you're going to be mean. You know? And if you're going to be mean because you don't like the color of their skin, by all means, tell someone, because that's called racism and that needs to be fixed. So you should definitely suffer the social stigma that goes with it if you're being a racist. So do tell someone if you're being a racist, because that will definitely get you a lot of negative attention that will definitely get you the help that you hopefully need. Because if you're being racist and you're being offensive and hateful and spiteful, you're doing something wrong, okay? Like, hate isn't something that is supposed to be common. That's one of the biggest teachings about America. Like, a lot of people don't like America, but one of the things that America really hammers home the point of is don't hate, okay? There is so much hate in the world that if you hate, you're just going to create more hate. So don't hate. And then, you know, a lot of people are saying, well, a lot of it's this discrimination stuff. And it's like, well, then don't discriminate. Okay. A lot of people won't discriminate against you simply because they don't want to be discriminated against themselves. Some people will discriminate against you without even batting an eyelash. Some people will discriminate against you without even knowing they're doing it. That's why I said make sure you tell someone, because if you don't know that you're being racist and you continue being racist, you're going to get a lot of bad results and you won't know why. And then you're just going to get hurt, and that's not good. That's not fun. That's not kosher, you know. So it really does help if you have that tactile feedback of a social group. I did not have that growing up, because all of my friends had a tendency to try and steal from me. So I instead grew up without any friends. I did eventually get a friend or two, but the quantity of friends is vastly reduced compared to what, say, anyone who went to high school has. Because the people who went to high school have, like, you know, 30 friends that they can just call up at any point in time, where they're like, man, like, you remember so-and-so from class? Yeah, well, they're doing this, this, and this. And it's like, oh, man, I hate when they do that. You knew they did that? Why didn't you warn me? And it's like, man, they do that to everybody. I've been trying to get them to stop. And it's like, oh, well, that's admirable, but could you, like, help me get my stuff back? And they're like, yeah, man, I'll help you out. And, you know, that's great. I didn't have that, okay? I didn't have that at all growing up. Instead, I had my dad. And my dad was the type who would sit there and say, look, you little shit. Okay? I work 12 hours a week, or not 12 hours a week, 12 hours a day, sorry. I work 12 hours a day to, you know, keep my kid happy, keep him, you know, entertained, because he doesn't do his fucking schoolwork, okay? So I work 12 hours a day to keep my kid entertained so that he doesn't end up a little vagrant on the street trying to steal everything he can. Okay? You know, like you, kid. And so the kid's like, yeah, what of it? And so my dad's like, okay, well, tell you what, you're going to return what you took, and then you're just never going to come over here again. Because, you know, clearly you got a problem with stealing, kid. So if you ever fucking touch my kid again, I'll break your legs. You know? Because you stole from my kid. How dare you? Which, that's a fair response. I'm going to go ahead and make this guy disappear, because that gets more wandering traders sooner. They are a timed spawn. I actually looked it up. If there is a wandering trader in existence at the moment when it does its check to see whether or not to spawn a wandering trader, then it will, instead of spawning a wandering trader, opt not to spawn the wandering trader. Which, as you might guess, is kind of annoying. And since I don't feel like running the guy out into unloaded chunks, I decided it's easier to just end him and just not worry about the wandering trader being there, and not worrying about, you know, do I have enough materials for the wandering trader when he shows up. You know, I'm not worried about that. Okay, what I'm worried about is, do I have enough materials for my next craft? Do I have enough materials for my next project? Do I have enough granite? That's what's on my mind. Do I have enough granite? Okay, I need granite so bad. I really do. That's why I'm looking forward to getting back down into the mine so that I can just go to town digging. Because once I get these pickaxes sorted out and get everything in order, this is going to go so smoothly. By the way, I do actually still need more leather because I need books. Just regular books. I also need to cook more beef. So I will put the beef in there so that that can cook. And then put the leads away, put the leather away. I can put the coal in here temporarily. Grab the snow. Craft it into a normal block of snow, and then run all the way over here to my kelp storage. I'm actually bouncing my way over here because it's faster and because I have steak. But mostly because it's faster, because I only put like 8 beef in there, and that's gonna cook so fast. So I really need to just boing, boing, boing. You know? Yeah, see? It's already done. It's already cooked it. I was hoping to preserve as much of the kelp block as I could. Sadly, it does not look like I managed that. I'm just gonna slowly pull out one at a time the steaks so that I have the majority of the steak on my person. That way I prevent the kelp from being pulled out. That's going to go through another 3 kelp blocks before it turns off. I need to craft an axe. I'm going to climb up here first, make my way over to the crafting table, craft the axe, and then eat. I think I'll eat before I craft the axe, actually. No, I'll do it after. Yeah. So I put all the stone there. Put all the twigs back. Go ahead and craft another few. Good on the planks. Okay. Down another 2 layers. We are actually getting really, really close to our goal now, because that is only 12 blocks tall. So we're getting really close. That means maybe another 4 passes, 5 passes. Yeah, because we're excavating 3 layers each time. 3 times 4 is 12. So, yeah, about 5 passes. 5 passes and we'll be actually installing the grass. And well, I suppose we already have all the lanterns, but we'll be installing the grass. And then the crazy part is that, like, you can't see any of these lanterns on the map. So, if you went looking for the place, you'd probably have a difficult time finding this place, unless you spotted it when you spawned. I sneak and I just start mining my way while walking, like mining my way through while walking forward, and you know, then I turn, I dig out a few blocks there, and then I just start in on that line, and then I go all the way to the end there, turn, and I just keep double backing like that until I'm all the way through this mountain. Swapping out pickaxes as they run out of durability. And you'll notice I'm actually using a rather, as they call, a pro strat for these pickaxes. I'm whittling them down until they're almost all the way broken, and then I'm taking that almost broken item, and then I'm going to enchant that almost broken item into an enchanting table, and then I'm going to take that enchantment and I'm going to run that enchantment over to the anvil, where I'm going to then merge the enchantments to level them up. So I'm going to pair up, you know, level 1s with the level 1s, the level 2s with the level 2s, level 3s with the level 3s, and I'm going to see if any of them are able to be upgraded by, since I'm on mobile, the touch screen controls is for me to long press on the item in question, so that I can see what the description says at the bottom in the middle of the screen, which is also where it reads out whenever I switch to an item. So like bow, unbreaking 3, punch 1, stone shovel, stuff like that. The little window there will tell me what it is that I'll be getting when I enchant the item, and then if I decide I don't want the item, I then move my finger off of the item and then let go. Because if I let go on the item, I might accidentally grab the item. And I don't want that, you know, because that will instantly place the item into my inventory, and then I have the item. I understand that it allows you to have a more rapid response when using the anvil. However, that's more of a crafting table type of thing. The anvil is more similar to the furnace, where you want to tell it where you want the output to go instead of just grabbing it. Whereas the furnace, you want more like the anvil and the crafting table, where you just click on the thing in the output and you get it. And instead they have it where you click on the thing in the furnace and then you tell it where to put the output in your inventory. And if you're on mobile and you tell it to drop the input on the ground in front of you, it doesn't spawn experience. And that's a bug. And they said they fixed that. And yet it's still a present bug to this day. Like if I had dropped all that experience on the ground that got me to level 18, it wouldn't have actually gotten placed on the ground. It would have instead just deleted all of that experience, which is obviously a problem because you don't want to delete the experience that the player is trying to obtain. That's very rude, you know? I have an idea. Let's just boop, 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 boop. Now I can just swap my way through, and then the last one goes over next to the enchanted ones, and then I go return to base and go to the enchanting table down in the mining hall, and I go and enchant my stone pickaxes like crazy, and then I go use them up, and then I go try and probably gather a lot of granite, because I'd be down in the mining hall and I still need all that granite to finish up the build all the way out to x equals 400. And then I need to also dig all the way down to x equals 0. So that's quite the sizable task, because I still have a few hundred blocks to go on y equals 0, but y equals 400 is like the east side of this map, so there's that. I think I already passed the y equals 200 section. But y equals 400 is the big one, because that's quite literally like all the way on the east side of this map. It might actually be on the next map over, for all I know. But the plan is for me to take this entire map, and then I'm supposed to mine out the entirety of the underground between y equals 14 and y equals 5, and then I'm supposed to reinstall the flooring at y equals 5, because that will stop the silverfish. That will just stone cold stop the silverfish. Installing polished stone all over y equals 5, well, y equals 6 will for sure stop the silverfish. Then it's just a matter of gathering up all of the silverfish to be slaughtered. Would be the next natural response to the situation. Okay, so it's nighttime, so monsters are about to be spawning soon. So I should head over here to the bed. Now I should make sure that it's easy to access my bed. So I shall build a trench that goes along this direction. Yeah, see, some zombies did spawn, so I definitely waited a little bit too long to head back to the bed. I shall build a trench that runs along in this direction, and then I shall build a few cross trenches. Oh! Well, now, this is a pleasant surprise. I have